Have you heard about the man who became a millionaire by selling toothpicks? He believed in self-reliance so much, he even made his own toothpicks. A humorous anecdote, but it does make think. Have you ever considered how self-reliance might be the key to unlocking your potential wealth? A fascinating query, isn't it? Now imagine a world where your financial prosperity is directly tied to your ability to stand on your own 2 feet. An idea not new, but as old as time, threaded through ancient scriptures and teachings. Intrigued? You should be. Stay tuned to uncover the secret relationship between self-reliance and wealth. First, let's delve deeper into the concept of self-reliance and explore a humorous anecdote about the legendary comedian, Charlie Chaplin. Self-reliance at its core is a principle that champions independence and personal responsibility. For Chaplin, his journey to self-reliance began with a pair of baggy pants, a toothbrush mustache, and a bowler hat. He relied on his quick wit and comedic skills to rise from a penniless vaudeville performer to one of the most famous figures in the entertainment industry. But this journey was not always smooth. Oh no, it was full of slip-ups, literal and metaphorical. In fact, one time, in an attempt to save money on a prop, Chaplin decided to use a real cream pie instead of a prop one. Needless to say, the pie ended up all over his face, much to the amusement of the audience. But he took it all in stride, using his mishaps as opportunities for comedic gold. His self-reliance was so strong that even when he was covered in cream, he would stand on his own 2 feet, guided by his own compass, and relying on his comedic skills to navigate life's unpredictable seas. Such has been the journey of self-reliance from ancient times, with its seeds found in ancient civilizations. From the Stoic philosophers of Greece to the Eastern sages, all have extolled the virtues of self-reliance. This principle is echoed in the scriptures, teaching the value of self-reliance in achieving a fulfilling and meaningful life. The American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson, in his essay Self-Reliance, made this concept widely known. He suggested that a satisfying existence lies in each individual's ability to trust their instincts and ideas, and not to conform to societal expectations. And why is self-reliance so important? Because it is the cornerstone of personal development. It is the driving force that encourages you to learn new skills, to adapt, to grow, and to overcome challenges. Self-reliance does not mean you must reject the company and help of others. Rather, it means that you have the capacity to look after yourself, to meet your own needs, and to positively impact the world around you. It's not about being self-centered, but self-sufficient. In a world that often encourages dependence, self-reliance is a breath of fresh air. It's a call to embrace your individuality, to trust in your abilities, and to cultivate your inner strength. Having explored the journey of Charlie Chaplin and what self-reliance truly means, we can now see how it connects to wealth. Now, you might be questioning, how does self-reliance tie in with wealth? Plunge into this mesmerizing subject. You know, self-reliance is more than just being able to tie your own shoelaces or whip up a bowl of spaghetti. It's a whole mindset, akin to seeing the world through your own unique lens. This mindset, when nurtured, becomes the fertile soil from which the tree of wealth sprouts. Visualize being the architect of own fortune, or better yet, like a mad scientist concocting a potion of prosperity in the lab of life. This is what self-reliance is all about. Being in the driver's seat of your life, spotting opportunities and bravely grabbing them by the horns. This is the entrepreneurial spirit, the very lifeblood of wealth creation. When you're self-reliant, you're not idly sitting, waiting for a golden ticket to fall into your lap. You're out there, churning your own golden butter. You're innovating, creating, and building. This spark of innovation is the perennial windmill powering the city of wealth. It's what has spurred on some of the most astonishing leaps in our society, from the invention of the light bulb to the creation of the smartphone. But be warned, the journey to wealth isn't a stroll through a candy cane forest. The road to affluence is often strewn with obstacles and setbacks. Here's where self-reliance becomes your trusty umbrella in a storm. Being self-reliant means having the resilience to weather the tempests, to bounce back like a rubber ball when you're knocked down, and trudge on even when the odds turn into a Goliath against your David. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you flex it, the beefier it gets. And this strength, this knack for sticking it out, is a key ingredient in the recipe for wealth. It's what empowers you to stay the course, to keep ahead until you hit the jackpot. So you see, self-reliance and wealth are two peas in a pod. They're two sides of the same golden coin. You cannot truly claim one without the other. So it's clear as day that self-reliance is not just a survival tool. It's a secret sauce to financial success. Ultimately, being self-reliant means being the captain of your financial ship, sailing your way to the island of prosperity and wealth. Still scratching your head? Prepare for some real-world examples with a dash of humor. We live in a world abundant with tales of success, and a common thread weaves through them all: self-reliance. Let's peek at some yet inspiring examples. First, let's turn to Oprah Winfrey, a name so famous it needs no introduction. Born into poverty, she faced countless hurdles, yet refused to let her circumstances define her. Instead, she banked on her talent, determination, and love for talking. And boy, can she talk. Her self-reliance powered her to wealth and fame, but not before she once wore potato sacks because she couldn't afford clothes. Now that's a rags to riches story. Moving on to Elon Musk, the genius behind Tesla and SpaceX. Musk's wealth didn't come served on a silver platter. Instead, it was a roller coaster ride of failures before success. It's said he was once so broke he had to borrow money for rent. But his self-reliance, innovation, and stubborn refusal to wait for others to fix problems saw him through. Now he's not only rich, but also launching rockets into space. I guess he really wanted to reach for the stars, huh? Then we have Andrew Carnegie, the steel tycoon whose rise to wealth reads like a Hollywood script. Born into modest beginnings, he rose to become one of the richest men ever. Carnegie was such a believer in hard work that he once declared, "The man who acquires the ability to take full possession of his own mind may take possession of anything else to which he is justly entitled." I guess he took that quite literally. Last but not least, let's meet Coco Chanel, the woman who turned the fashion industry on its head. Born into poverty, Chanel didn't let her humble beginnings get in her way. Instead, she put her creativity to use and built an empire that outlived her. Once upon a time, she used to sing in clubs to make ends meet. Now her brand is crooned about by celebrities. What connects these individuals, other than their impressive bank accounts, is their self-reliance. They didn't wait for Lady Luck to show up, or someone else to solve their problems. They took control of their destinies, making a few funny turns along their journey to wealth. These are but a few examples of self-reliant individuals who turned their fortunes around with their efforts and a good dose of humor. They hailed from different backgrounds and industries, but self-reliance was their secret sauce. It allowed them to tackle challenges, innovate, and add value to the world. And the world, in turn, filled their pockets. These humorous yet inspiring examples clearly show that self-reliance is a common trait among the wealthy, and it comes with a side of laughter. Now, the big question is, how can you cultivate self-reliance? Well, let's dive right into it. First and foremost, believe in yourself. Self-confidence is the cornerstone of self-reliance. It's about trusting your own judgment and abilities. It's about standing tall, even when the world is using you as a football. This isn't about arrogance or overconfidence, but a calm and steady belief in your own abilities. Next, develop self-discipline. This is the power that pushes you to work towards your goals, even when it's tough, or when your bed has developed a sudden magnetic attraction. It's about making a commitment to yourself and sticking to it, through thick, thin, and double-layered chocolate cakes. Decision-making skills are also crucial. Life is a series of choices, and being self-reliant means taking ownership of those choices. It means weighing the options, considering the consequences, and making informed decisions, even if it is about choosing between pizza and pasta. Finally, hone your problem-solving abilities. Challenges, setbacks, they're part of life. But a self-reliant individual doesn't crumble under pressure. Instead, they see problems as opportunities to learn, to grow, to innovate. They see a wall, they think door. They roll up their sleeves and get to work, finding solutions where others see only obstacles. So to cultivate self-reliance, work on building these 4 pillars: self-confidence, self-discipline, decision-making skills, and problem-solving abilities. Each one reinforces the other, creating a strong foundation for self-reliance. Remember, the journey to self-reliance is a personal one. It's never too late to begin. And remember, talking to yourself for advice isn't a sign of madness. It's the first sign of self-reliance. But if you start losing arguments with yourself, then it might be time to worry. In conclusion, self-reliance is not just a concept, it's a lifestyle. It's the embodiment of the belief that you are your own best resource, your own catalyst for change, and your own architect of success. This principle, as ancient as the scriptures, is as relevant today as it was in the times of Plato and Aristotle. Throughout this discussion, we've unearthed the undeniable link between self-reliance and wealth. We've seen how individuals who've embraced lifestyle have not only amassed wealth but also achieved a sense of fulfillment and purpose. We've also explored ways to cultivate this trait, from fostering financial independence to honing problem-solving skills. Remember, wealth is not just about accumulating money. It's about creating value, and who better to create that value than you? By being self-reliant, you take control of your destiny, turning challenges into opportunities and dreams into reality. So the real secret to wealth, it's learning to be completely self-reliant. And remember, if wealth was just about money, we'd be scuba diving for coins in the wishing well.